Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 2nd of July, 2023. Massive. That's right, friends. We are more than halfway through the year now. Considerably more than halfway through the year. And I've been wearing a lot of perfume, as I am wont to do. Probably a good idea that I wear a lot of perfume, considering how many I've got. So let's start, shall we? On Monday, I think this might be the first or second time I've worn this year, and I enjoyed it greatly. And this is Le Rêve Pour Homme. This is a Pour Homme version, a later version, because I have an original bottle, which is called Loewe para Hombre, and it's fantastic, and it is fantastic. I absolutely love this stuff. Lemon, would you believe? Lavender and oak moss. The bottle's brilliant. It's a big 180ml unit. You can spray with reckless abandon. Oh, it might actually be 150ml. I can't remember. How big are you? It doesn't say. It's keeping its secrets to itself. Anyway, this is fantastic. The lavender is very... It's like a laundry... It's a dry lavender. It's like a laundry lavender, to be honest with you. But it just works in the heat because it's dry. So it's not the world's most complex fragrance. It's lemon, lavender, maybe a bit of musk, and oak moss. And it's brilliant for June, July, and August. You could wear it in the spring as well. Might struggle with it in maybe after September, between September and April. Probably not the best time to wear it, but spring and summer, it's an absolute staple. I love it. Next up I have a travel atomizer. What is in my travel atomizer? Well, it's a Tom Ford one, and if you guessed Beau de Jour, you'd be right. If you guessed any other fragrance, you'd be wrong. But if you did guess Beau de Jour, well done. It was slightly cooler, and I went to an auction just for a look around. I didn't buy anything, and I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna dress up a little bit, you know. And I wore this. It is fantastic. It can be worn year round, I think. It gets deep. It's a deep patchouli in the dry down. It is different from the signature version, so I think it's much better than the signature version. There's a dirty great amber wood that they've used in the signature version, which I really, really don't like, and it's a much more natural smelling dry down in the private blend. So, excuse me whilst I hydrate. So I am glad that I have the private blend. I've got a big 250ml bottle as well, so that's great, isn't it? Wednesday, I wore a fragrance that I have not worn very much in the last few years, frankly. Don't know if it's ever been on the channel before, but I'll show you it. This is Terre de Hermes, or Terre de Hermes. Orange vetiver and isoe super. And when I was smelling this, I thought to myself, this smells awfully familiar. I feel like I've smelled this sort of DNA lurking before, you know. It smells awfully familiar to one or two other things that I've got, and I took a while to think about it, and then I remembered, and so I wore the fragrance that it reminded me of the next day. Performance on this is actually really good for an eau de toilette. If you get the pure perfume, it lasts for 3 days. It's massive, the Pure perfume, or at least it used to be. I don't know what the latest formulation's like, but like I'm talking 5-6 years ago, that was power. But yes, excuse me. This has been a staple in the community for a long time. I'm not a big fan of Jean-Claude Ellena, to be honest. So that might be a bit harsh. Jean-Claude Ellena's good, but I don't think he's great. And a lot of people think he's one of the best perfumers ever. Personally, I don't. I think a lot of his stuff's very bare. And this feels a bit bare to me. You know? It feels a bit kind of thin. But a lot of people like that about his stuff. There's a massive wallop of ISOE Super in here. Gargantuan, or something akin to ISOE Super. It's similar. Anyhow, on Thursday, I thought to myself, I know what Tour de Hermes reminds me of, and so I decided I was going to wear this, and this was Timbuk2. Vintage Timbuk2, if you will. This is the old style bottle. Much prefer it, to be honest with you. From what I've heard, there was quite the reformulation. So I'm glad I've got this, you know. Papyrus incense, vetiver, some kind of mango thing going on, and ISOE Super. And it's very similar. I get a huge similarity between this and Tour de Hermes. They're not exactly the same. Like, the vetiver in Timbuk2 makes it a lot richer and thicker, but it's still got this kind of lift, this kind of billowing thing going on, which is I like this, and I'm coming to terms with it. I wasn't so sure when I first got it, but I do like it more and more now, you know. I'm going to do a comparison video between Tour de Hermes and Timbuk2, and we'll see what the people think. Okay, next up on Friday, I went for something completely different. And I was quite upset, actually, because in the course of spraying this, I realised my sprayer on this, I think, may be a bit fucked. It's not happy. I may have to decant this, but the perfume itself is magnificent. And this is Jean Patou's Ma Liberté. You could wear this on any day of the year and it wouldn't be out of place. This is an absolutely sensational perfume. It is brilliant. It cannot be denied. All these old Patous are great. Be careful if you are buying them, though. The license for Patou was bought up by a company, and they re-released all the old perfumes with new formulas, basically, almost completely different. Jean Patou Pour Homme doesn't really have anything to do with, like, the modern one has nothing to do with the old one. They're not even remotely similar. So that's a bit upsetting. And the new versions of this were distributed by SP. I'm sure it's SP. It's something. Just be careful, though, that you're buying one that was distributed by Jean Patou. You know? Sold by Jean Patou, distributed in the USA. Jean Patou Inc. Yes. So make sure you get that version. Lavender, warm, spicy, beautiful. You can wear it any day of the year and it wouldn't smell out of place. It's magnificent. Next up, we have an absolute love from me. And this is from the house of Estee Lauder. And this is Metropolis. Yes, it's in the same bottle as Lauder for Men. No, it's not the same fragrance, but it does have some similarities. I find the base is quite similar, that mossy, dry, cedar woody thing going on, you know? But it's so much more than that. There's pineapple, spicy mint, and it's a little bit, I get that kind of like pokey, sharp, spicy element to it, you know? Sage, clary sage, orange, and then the base, there's like cedar, sandalwood, oak moss, vetiver, ambergris. No, it's ambergris. Now, this was made in 1987 or 1989 or something. Could be ambergris in it, you know. Could be. Smells like there is. It's a very good It's a very good synthetic. If it's not ambergris. Very well made. Can't find a perfumer for it. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. It was Pierre Wagnay. One of Ramsey's favourite perfumers, I believe. He has a video on a perfumer's portfolio. If you want to go and see and learn more about Pierre Wagnay. And this is one of his finest. I absolutely love this. Complete flop. They couldn't give it away, which is bizarre. I think it was the wrong fragrance at the wrong time, you know, or the right fragrance at the wrong time. It's an absolutely brilliant perfume. I love it. And so we come to today. Excuse me whilst I reapply. Got out the shower and applied this, and it is the perfect scent for it. This is an absolute rascal from 2023, and this is Cologne Aficionale by Healy. Brilliant. I absolutely love this stuff. It is a rare new release that is brilliant. It's done in I want to say like a vintage style. It's green. It's herbal, it's lavender, rosemary, sage, galbanum, oak moss, a little bit of amber in the base. It's done brilliantly, you know. It's absolutely magnificent. It's a clean, soapy, it's got that kind of, I forget what people call it, but it's a French soap kind of thing. It's from like the south of France where it's really hot, so it's a dry kind of like thing, you know. It's dry and clean. Very, very good. Smells high quality. It's very well made. Everybody needs a scent like this that just smells clean. No bug spray, no kind of like citrus even. You know, it's not like a citrus cologne, it's like a soap cologne. And it's fantastic. So there we have it, friends. This has been my weekly rotation. I hope you have enjoyed the video. And I hope that I will see you all again soon. Bye.